Yo, Calvary, how y'all doing? So, I made a couple videos on this before. I want to let y'all know I'm not red pill at all. I'm not here to insult you about it because addictions happen to everybody. Addictions happen to everybody. I was once addicted to porn. You know, you tell yourself, I can quit whenever I want. I'm not really addicted. And then you notice when you don't watch it, you start to crave it. In the back of your brain, you start to crave it. You're like, nah, I'm just horny. That's why. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using it just to help me. No, it's using you. That addiction, it's using you. It eats you up. You might get a headache after you watch it, or you might get a headache if you don't watch it. My boy, you going through withdrawals. You're not good. You're not good. What I want you to do first, I just want you to, instead of saying I I'm trying to quit watch porn, say I don't watch porn. And people were like, well, what's the problem with watching porn? If I get horny and I don't have anybody to satisfy my needs, then what's the problem with me masturbating? What is the problem with me watching porn? Well, moderation. See, an addiction isn't moderation. An addiction is all in or nothing. An addiction is overwhelming. I know people who masturbate to porn, but it's very moderately. They do it here and there, and they nothing's wrong with it. So if you want to keep watching porn, I'm not saying stop. I'm not saying stop. I'm not saying if you want to keep going, do your thing, but moderation is important. Now, if you want to quit it altogether, I want you to think of it like this. I want you to get a little deeper into yourself, right? Let's say you have a girlfriend, right? And we're not going wood with this, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you have a girlfriend, because this whole situation's kind of fucked up, right? And you guys are having sex, right? And you're still addicted to porn. You guys are seeing each other regularly. And she sees it on your phone because you forgot to close out the tab. And she's like, well, the girl in this video doesn't look anything like me. She has a bigger this, she has a bigger that, she has a smaller this and smaller that. That's not what my body looks like. Am I satisfying him? And then she's going to have questions. Those questions are going to give her insecurities because she's going to feel like, well, she's not pleasing you enough, and that you need to turn to some other woman online so you can get off. I mean, she's going to look at herself like, my butt's not that big, my boobies aren't that big, my nose isn't that small, whatever it may be, whatever the case is, whatever you're watching. I'm pretty sure you all know I'm going with this. Imagine she asked you about it, you caught. And depending on how you guys go about it, that could be fixed, but it's not going to change the fact that she's still going to feel a way about it. Because can you imagine going into your girl's phone and let's say she's the one with the porn addiction now. You just see some 6'5", big black, big dick ass dude on her phone stroking his shit. And she flicking the bean to that. How are you gonna feel? You're not 6'5". You're not big and black. Now I don't know what you got down there, and I don't care. I don't give a fuck what you got. I'm not leave that shit to yourself. I don't care. But you gonna feel some type of way. And you're like, you deliberately, you look this up. You look this up. This is what you wanted to see. Everything you're watching is what I'm not. So do I not please you enough? And you're going to feel some type of way. You're going to gain some type of insecurities. So every time you and her are out in public and you see somebody who does look like that, that's going to make you wonder, does she fuck with him more than she fucks with me? Or there's another scenario. Imagine she's like, I can't do that. I can't be with somebody who has an addiction. I have to go. I have to leave. Can you imagine that the woman that you plan to have kids with saw that you had a porn addiction? She saw it. She saw that you had a porn addiction. She couldn't handle that, so she left you. And you see her years later having kids with somebody else, and that could have been with you, but you couldn't put down virtual sex. You couldn't put down porn. You couldn't put it down. Imagine your kids. Imagine having a dream and the kids that you could have. Like, I could have existed, Dad, but you cared more about porn than you did mommy's feelings. And now we're somebody else's. Now that's extreme. That's very extreme. Now we're talking about for your girlfriend, but now we're talking about for you. You claim that you use porn as a tool to get you off. And yes, that happens. Sometimes we get to a point where we're so horny, as dudes. Sometimes we get so hard that it feel like it's finna rip out the skin, and we just sometimes we can't control it. So what do? We reset that timer. I call masturbating resetting the timer. We reset that timer, so we're no longer a ticking time bomb. Our mind is straight. Our mind is intact. We got it. We get heightened sense. We get a sense of heightened sense. You know what I mean, right? You get a sense of clarity. But what happens when you keep doing it over and over and over and over, day after day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day? It'll get to the point where you start check marking videos, where you start saving videos for later, opening tabs, keeping the tabs open, and then it gets to the point where you just can't use one video to masturbate. You're gonna go through this video, this video, this video, and before you know it, you're on the page 100, page 50, page 200, and you didn't watch about 3,000 girls do something with themselves or with other people, and your brain is intaking all of that information, and you can't process it. And then it gets to the point where you keep doing it so much that you can't even get hard no more. You want to masturbate to this video, but since you've done it so many times, you can't even get hard. Now imagine this. You've done it so much and you've masturbated so much that when you're with a real woman, you can't get hard because your libido is to the ground. You can't do nothing. And guess what? The shit that you usually watch, she's not that. She's not that shit. I don't even know how you got this far, but you did. Now you can't even get your dick up. But you go home because you got blue balls because you probably was doing some kissing. But you able to get erect for that video. But you're not even able to get fully erect. You get soft during your video. Can you imagine that? Now again, I'll say this. I'm not trying to make it extreme, but sometimes these are extreme situations that happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen to you guys. I'm just letting you know the dangers of being addicted to porn. Because as a person, I know what being addicted is like. I know what being addicted to porn is like. You'd rather stay at home and beat your meat than go out with your family. Your dad leaves the house. He's like, "Yo, son, you want to come with me?" Nah, Dad, I'm gonna stay home. I don't feel like going out today. He might have really wanted to spend time with you. Okay, I'll be back. The real reason you don't want to go with him so you can use the big TV to masturbate, so you can beat your dick in the living room. That lasted for about what, 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. Now you're sitting at home with nothing else better to do. And then you know what you do again? Well, he's still not home. It's time to go onto the big TV and masturbate again. Let's watch all the videos that we can at full volume. It's not worth it. It's not worth it because I know it feels good. I know when you're trying to stop watching it, when you're trying to stop pleasuring yourself to show yourself self-restraint, you sit there. You're like, but if I did it one more time, like, I can always start tomorrow. Like, I can always just do it one more time. Like, it's not gonna hurt. Like, it's not gonna hurt at all. And then you start scrolling on Twitter because you know what you want to see, but you just want to wait till you see it. Or you start scrolling on Reddit. You know what you want to see. You're just teasing yourself to see if you're gonna see it. Because you know if you see it, you're gonna break that vow you had to yourself. You're gonna break it. When people say, "Ah, I'm done masturbating. I'll never masturbate again," and they're strong with it. Their conviction is strong, but they keep doing the same shit. They keep doing the same shit, and then they go right back to beating their meat and watching porn, and then they're just like they sit there, and they're like, "Damn, I I I did it again. I told myself this was the last time was gonna be the last time, and now I've lied to myself." And then you're gonna start believing your own words eventually. You're gonna start being like, "Wow." I really can't quit if I really wanted to. And that's when you start to go downhill. It's not it's not a fun place to be mentally. You you're abstaining and you sit there and you keep doing the same shit you did before. Like let's say before you said you were gonna stop, right? You'd sit there at your computer and you'd scroll to see if you go see some porn on Twitter. You just scrolling, right? Instead of doing that every time you horny, how about you get up, go outside and breathe? Get up, go outside and breathe. How about you do some push-ups? How about you do that? How about you just do some jumping jacks? Just try to take your mind away from it. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Yes, you probably will be horny for you probably will be horny for a long time. I'm not gonna lie. You're probably gonna be horny for like an hour or two. That's why you work out. That's why you do something. You do something with yourself instead of watching porn. Because this isn't moderation anymore. You literally have to pry yourself away from pixels that turn you on. You have to pry yourself away from pixels that it's so easy to watch porn. It's so easy because it's so accessible. There's children today who are able to access what we have, and sometimes it's crazy. So that's sorry. I had to stop the video real quick. It becomes a sad existence. Some people can watch porn no problem and it doesn't affect them, but in your case, you're addicted and you don't know how to get off of it. You don't know how. You keep saying you won't do it again, and yet you keep doing it again. It's because you keep doing the same shit. You just gotta change how you live. Indulge yourself in more hobbies. Because some people say if you have time to watch porn, then you really not living your life to the fullest. If you have time to watch it every day, then you don't have enough hobbies. And a part of me believes that. A part of me, when you find something you're really passionate about and you really living your life, you don't have time to do small shit that ruins how you feel about yourself. Because at the end of the day, we want to feel confident. We want to feel like a king. We want to feel like a warrior. Yet we have the minds of peasants. And it's not something that we're proud of. It's something that we despise. And yet we despise it so much and change nothing because we give in to pleasure more than we give in to discipline. Because pleasure is easy, but discipline is hard. And I'm telling you, once you understand that there's so much more to you, once you understand that you're stronger than you think that you are, a lot of shit becomes a lot easier. A lot of shit becomes a lot easier. Like I said, I fought an addiction before, a porn addiction. Was it easy? No, it was not easy. It got to the point where I was struggling so much and I was having dreams about it. I was having dreams about it. Having dreams about porn is crazy. I had dreams I was watching it. I was like, and I woke up and I was like, I want to do it so bad. It's like, no, 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 no. We can't do that. We made a promise to ourselves. So make a promise to yourself. Repeat after me. You don't watch porn. You will not watch porn again. You will not. You don't even know porn exists. You don't even know it exists. And if you have any tabs open right now, leave them open. Because it's easy to cut something off. It's easy to close out a tab. It's easy to delete an account. But when it's right in front of your face, tempting you, when it's right in front of your face, just like if you're trying to go on a diet and you can't, and you don't want to eat a honey bun, you keep a honey bun on your desk. So you look at it every day, and every day you get a bit stronger, till you're able to look at it and not eat it anymore. So I feel like that's what you should do. Keep a tab open and keep a mental note that you know that tab is open, but you will not go to it. And when you get to a point where you just forget it's there, Don't track your days. Don't be like, no fap day number 1. No, that's corny. Don't track it. Just live. Just live your life. Don't be marking it. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Forget that it even exists, and you'll be better off. Thank you for watching this video. Tell somebody you appreciate them, because you never know who needs it. Without further ado, this video is over. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you don't, fuck you.